Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back on my Saturn Vue here. This is the Saturn Vue 3.6 liter Redline edition. I'm having issues with the starter. I believe the starter is bad, and let me show you why. So I'll go in to start it, turn the key. You hear it clicking. It's got all the bells and whistles, even the lights are working. It started to. Alright, well, it started to go, but I know it's going bad and I don't want to get stranded with it, so I'm gonna yank it out. I've got one coming already that I ordered. It should be here in a couple days. So I'm gonna go through the process of removal and installation on this. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube, but they don't give a lot of detail, so I'm gonna try to put as much detail as I can as far as how I'm getting this thing out, because it's kind of wedged in the front. So let's just dig into it and I'll show you. Alright, so the starter on the 3.6 is underneath the exhaust manifold on the front here. You can't see it from the top, so you have to get underneath. So you're gonna want to jack it up, put it on jack stands, and look straight up underneath there, and there's your starter, wedged in between the exhaust and the engine block. And just at first glance, it's in there pretty good. I see at least two bolts holding that on, plus the starter wire at the very top. I've seen one video where it says it can kind of come out through this way here and then down without pulling the O2 sensor out. We'll see. I'll tackle it for a little bit, and if I get frustrated, I'll just pull the O2 sensor out. These really aren't hard to do unless they're actually like seized in here. And if it's just easier to pull it out and then do it that way, then why not? Yeah, so let's first disconnect the battery so I don't arc a bunch of crap out when I'm trying to unbolt the positive cable from the starter, and then we'll get the bolts out of the starter and get it down. Okay, battery posts have been disconnected. Alright, first thing I'm going to tackle is the positive post on the top of the starter, which is a 13mm nut. And I've got my, I'm kind of cheating. I got an electric ratchet here that I've been using forever. It's like my favorite tool in the whole toolbox. You can use a ratchet too, a deep well extension. You don't have a lot of room to throw, but it can be done. Or you can use a ratchet wrench, which actually this is not a lot of space, so I might have to use one of those anyway. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So hard to see from this angle, but I got the socket on it. Now all I have to do is press my button here, hopefully. There we go. The other option was to pull the bolts out of the starter first and kind of aim it down, which you could also do that too. I guess they say there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Holding the starter in are 15mm. It's sometimes necessary to break them free with a ratchet first before using the electric ratchet. And once you have them broke free, then you can get the electric ratchet on and zip them the rest of the way off. One down. Let's see, is this going to be easy to get onto here? Come on. Motor extension. Come on, there we go. Oh. There we go. Alright, so finding it difficult to pull this starter out. There is a sensor here where you can see my screwdriver going into the engine block here. It's held on by a 10mm bolt. So I'm going to zip that sensor off because that looks easier than pulling the exhaust down. I got this sensor twisted out of the way. So what this is your knock sensor. It detects knocks in the engine, like rod knock, bearing knock. It records them at like different frequencies and it throws check engine lights when it detects something that might be considered bad internal engine failure. So anyway, all I did was loosen that bolt up, swing the head of it around so now it's out of the way, and tighten it back up so I didn't have to pull the bolt all the way off. Now I wonder if I have enough space. Might here. Sorry, you guys can't see nothing, can you? Okay, there we go. Out this way, possibly. Alright, I definitely have more space, but I think I'm gonna have to get the wires off of the starter, at least the battery positive first, and then try again. So one thing I didn't anticipate was at the top there where the big positive wires are at, on the top of the starter, there's another bracket holding the loom on. And what I did was take a big long screwdriver and basically push the plastic bracket and everything off of the starter out of the way, and that is what freed up most of it. Then the only thing left after that was to get this connector out of the starter here, and then now the only thing holding it in is the exhaust. And now is where we get to see if it's actually going to come out the way it's supposed to. And it doesn't look like it's going to. At least not without pulling that O2 sensor out of there. So it looks like that's going to be my next step, is pulling that guy out. Hopefully it's not seized. Alright, it wasn't that bad. 7/8 wrench broke it free. You just connect the connector so that way it all spins, and then you pull it all the way out. Hold on a sec. I'm almost done. Almost. But it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Come on. There we go. Come on. Aha. There we go. Got her. Finally got my starter motor here. I went ahead and bought this off Amazon. I know from some of you are yelling at the TV or at your phone right now telling me, oh my god, you're an idiot for going it. It's only going to last 2 days. It's going to break, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you might be right. However, I only spent $65 on it, and all the starter motors from the local auto parts stores were like over 200 bucks. So I'll take my chances, I think. Let's see how they did here with the matching. All right. Yeah, that looks spot on. I gotta transfer a bracket over, but yep, it's a match. So it should pop right back in. Those of you who want to know what brand it is, because I always get asked. Here's your part number there. Yeah. Made in China, just like everything else. Let's see. I think it's AP Premium Performance Starter Motor. Seems pretty legit. It also comes with this document where it shows that it was tested. See, passed, and it has all the performance breakdown and everything like that. So. Believe it or don't believe it, doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to put it in, even if it was still only $65. So that's a win to me, and then we'll see how long it lasts. Even if it doesn't, another $65 starter is still cheaper than a $250 starter. So sue me. Okay, so I'm not sure if I did the best job showing how the starter came out. I did show basically the whole thing, but I don't remember the angle that I actually ended up using to get it out. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to let this sit on my chest while I fight with this and kind of show what the best approach was. I don't know if this is going to stay. Let me see if I can find a place to mount this camera that you can see better. Maybe from there. I don't know. Alright, here goes nothing. I finally figured it out. So, you gotta go straight up, solenoid facing towards the passenger side of the car, straight up around the flanges, and then you can twist it slightly. Oh, I just had it. My arms are getting tired fighting with this thing. Where'd it go? So the harness, you have to push the harness back so that way the bracket doesn't hit it. Come on, it's making a liar out of me. I just had this. There we go. Like that. There. Now it's just a matter of connecting the wires and then bolting it in. But I gotta rest my arms. Whew. Alright. Okay, so I've got it up past the exhaust, and now I can just push it So the hardest part was these flanges here on the starter. Since they're wide, you have to get it past the oil pan, and it's just a matter of finagling it through the openings up there to get it past and in. So it is possible to do it. I did it. There we go. Connect wires up, reconnect all these sensors, bolt starter in, and then the task is complete. So at this point, it's really just reverse order of everything you just did to take it off. Also, don't forget to twist the knock sensor back around and connect that up too. Okay, I got 15mm bolts in the starter tightened down. I've got the knock sensor put back in up here. See if I can get the camera at a better angle. I tied off the wires to the dipstick with a zip tie to keep them off the exhaust. 13mm for the... Gosh, I'm not doing a good job of showing you guys this. A 13mm for the nut that holds the two big wires on, and then don't forget also back here the plug for the actual exciter for the not the exciter but the starter solenoid wires, the key on. The only thing left for me to do at this point is to put the O2 sensor back in the exhaust and then connect it back up here and then tie it off so the exhaust doesn't hit it, and that'll be it. I'll be ready to start this thing up. Ground, everything should be done. Now it's time to test out this $65 Amazon starter. Make sure everything works. Oh yeah, don't forget you gotta connect the batteries back up. I already did that. Wow. That actually cranked over faster than the old one. I wonder how long it was doing that before it was a thing. Very nice. Cool. Well, that's all there is to it, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it very much. And if you enjoy what I do on this channel, maybe, I don't know, subscribe if you want. See you guys in the next one.